Hi, I'm Reid, editor of the EdisonReport, and we're here at LEDucation 2025. This is our C-Suite series, and I'm joined today by Carrie Hawley, the Senior Principal and CEO of HLB Lighting Design. Carrie, welcome.
Thank you, Randy.
Well,
I'm very happy to be here with you.
We're very glad to have you, and I want to hear about what's going on with design, but first, let's talk about Connor Sampson and the merger with his company that I think we read about last week.
Right.
So tell our audience a little bit about that.
Well, it was almost 2 years in the making, but actually it might have been almost 20 plus years in the making. Connor and I have been friends in the industry for a long time. We overlapped in New York many, many years ago in the late 90s, early 2000s. We were good friends, and I always admired him. He's such a fantastic guy. He's brilliant. He's an incredible lighting designer. He's a lovely human, and we always hit it off. So our friendship, along with the friendship he had with several of our principals, continued even when he moved to Montreal in the, maybe I think it was 2008. He stayed in touch with all of us over the years. He's been a teacher. He's been plugged in and involved. He's always been involved in the Knuckles Fund. So we've always stayed in touch. And we had a series of conversations that led to a discussion that we might do well merging. And that really aligns with a shared goal and a shared set of values that we have alongside Connor's.
And that's very important to you, I know, from previous conversations we've had.
Very much. And so that was the impetus. He wants a great future for his team.
And his team is what, 6 people, 8 people?
He has 9.
Okay, 9 people. Okay, very good.
And we are super excited. Everybody has been having so much fun getting to know each other and overlapping. We're learning a lot together. We are growing together. Everyone's very excited about being able to develop our goal of enhancing the lives of billions of people around the world with light. And they're on board. And it gives his team an opportunity to plug into a larger framework of design. It gives our team the opportunity to explore more work in Canada and beyond, and especially with some of the aspirational projects overseas. It's a really exciting thing.
So let's talk a little bit about that. So yes, Canada, Montreal, important. And is there a certain niche that he had? Does he do a certain type of lighting design?
No, he is a generalist lighting designer.
So he complements.
His team has a wide variety of project types, just like we do. We don't specialize in 1 or 2 or 3 niche markets. Instead, we work in over 20 market sectors. We have a very diverse portfolio. We're geographically diverse. We are market diverse, and we're diverse as a team. And so all of that diversity, I think, really adds a lot of interest to what we do. We learn from project to project, market to market, and we can support whatever the topsy-turvy needs are of all of the
so
markets out there.
Let's discuss that, if I may. I want to drill a little deeper. You learn from project to project, but your team is, what, 120 people? So with Connor's team now, we're pushing 150. Wow, I had no idea. Congratulations. So 150. Do you do after-action reports? Do you do best practices? How do you take these lessons that you learned and get them to 150 people worldwide?
It's a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly challenge. We have a strategic plan. We call it, it's a 10-year plan. It's called Ideal 2030. So we've been working on it. Our last one was called 1010 Vision, was started in 2010, and it was our 10-year plan. And within that framework, we have 7 focus areas, and we have teams coordinated and working on each of those areas. And so that trickles down into a lot of work that happens behind the scenes all the time in terms of elevating our best practices, from technology to renderings to our deliverables, our calculation tools, our Revit, using
marketing?
Everything, marketing, finance, people, everything. It influences everything.
When I interviewed you a few weeks ago after the acquisition on Zoom, you caught my attention when you talked about bringing quality light to billions and billions of people. Tell our audience a little bit about those plans.
So we are very excited to continue to have a greater influence in more corners of the world. And Teal actually likes to joke, but kind of not joke, saying currently in the known universe, right? That's what Disney says. And it's true because space stuff is coming too, which I know that sounds really out there, but there's space hospitality coming down the road one of these days. Who knows, right? We have billionaires going up in space, but right now, just talking about on Earth, we've been doing projects in every corner of the world to some extent since we were founded in 1968. And Jules Horton, our founder, Stephen Leaves, then Barbara Horton, started doing work all over the world. So we were doing work in the Middle East. We were doing work in
and we see your corners. Team at Light Middle East in January every year.
So I would say it was more an opportunistic situation when it would come about. We are continuing to create greater exposure and depth of expertise in different markets, different codes, different visions culturally, and spreading our knowledge base farther and farther by design with intention. And so that it's a shared goal that continues to evolve. So I would say we just keep on growing with the tide.
But it's interesting that you mentioned space, because yesterday I think those two astronauts that had been stuck in space for I don't know how many months finally splashed down.
Oh, I know.
And it broke my heart, by the way.
It was terrifying.
And I just hope they had good lighting. I just kept thinking, I hope they have good lighting, and I have no idea.
Well, okay, I would love for you to interview at some point Matthew Tanteri, one of our principals, and Teal Brogdon. They both are involved heavily in a group that we have focused on innovation. Matthew is such an intelligent, interesting guy. My God, if you want to talk about that topic alone, he would love to dive into that with you. He is very interested in simulating high-quality environments. He's our daylighting expert. He leads the daylighting studio, and he also regularly attends South by Southwest. He just stays plugged in to kind of where things are going. And we absolutely want people to have
you
great lighting
need a person like that in an organization. So,
I know that sounds so far-fetched.
No, but it's fascinating.
It's one day.
All right, last question. Carrie, what is your thought of LEDucation in this show?
I am thoroughly enjoying it. It's never a dull moment. It's packed. So much to learn. I think it's manageable and absorbable to be able to come here as a specifier. I still having trouble get through the whole thing, but I love the scale of it, the intensity of it. I love all of the people that this attracts. It's really becoming a national, perhaps an international show. It's really interesting because I came to the first LEDucation long ago. It's evolved. It's really a fantastic opportunity for our industry to continue to connect together. This kind of event is the glue of our industry. It's what keeps us together. And many of us thrive on touching down and seeing our community together, cheering our community on, growing together, and learning together. And so I think this is so valuable. We have, I think, well over 50 people from our organization here.
Okay, that's a big investment, because this is 50 people that are not billing hours right now that are here.
I mean, we have probably probably 40 in our New York office, so we might be 60 plus people here. But we have a large contingency from the West Coast that came this year. I'm from Boston. I used to be in New York, but I'm from Boston now. There are more and more people coming from every corner of our market. A lot of people from Canada. Our Canadian team came down. So it's exciting to see the energy here. I've
talked to a few Italians,
high-quality show.
And probably, I think, 3 people from Croatia. That are here.
People from Europe are coming. It's a tremendously wonderful experience to be here.
Well, Carrie, thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
I really appreciate talking to you.